On Blockchain Bernie here with my latest live stream. I'm glad you're here and watching what happened to Kraken. Man, Kraken, one of the most compliance-minded exchanges. And, Kraken got singled out by the SEC and the SEC thinks, with the staking offers that Kraken is making, our securities, they would have to be registered and all these type of things, right? It is crazy. It is really crazy. So I'm going to tell you everything about it, what it means for you, and how you can get outside of all these things and how you can be safe with your staking endeavors. So if you like content like this, please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. I would really appreciate it. So what is staking? Anyways, as you all know, if you have tokens or coins for some blockchains, you can stake them to the blockchain, and then the blockchain will pay you some sort of yield, right? Like an annual percentage yield or so, right? And we do a lot with Solana. So you can stake Solana, your Sol tokens, and you get some yield. We are developing our own blockchain, Bitoku, which is a storage layer for Solana. See the link in the description. And, very soon you can stake there as well. And, obviously you can do it on Ethereum and everywhere else. So that staking is actually great. And for many blockchains, it is not really, a means of lending something, getting some interest back in the form of a yield. It's not about lending there. It is more about inflation protection because many of those blockchains have an inherent inflation, right? So as with Sol, there are more Sol tokens produced each and every day to reward the validators. And that results in some sort of inflation. And in order to protect yourself against the inflation, you can stake your Sol to those validators and they pay you part of their rewards back. So now what is Kraken doing? Kraken is a centralized exchange, as you all know. So what does that mean? It means that, on the Kraken exchange, you can store your tokens and your coins there and give them custody, right? And as the people that know me, I've been telling you all the time, don't give your crypto to centralized exchanges for custody, right? Just self custody everything. Get yourself acquainted with a wallet like MetaMask or Phantom or whatever the wallet is, and take care of your private keys. Learn how to take care of your private keys, and don't do it with these centralized exchanges, even though it seems so convenient, right? But we've all seen with FTX and Voyager and everything where that can lead to. So just don't do it. Just have them in your own wallet, right? Take your own custody. So with the Kraken offer, it was staking as a service, right? So you give your tokens or your coins or your ETH or your Sol or whatever to Kraken. They store it for you. They keep the private keys and then they stake it for you, right? They stake it for you on the blockchain. And for some reason, the SEC thought, well, it's a little bit like lending and they have to register it. They have to have proper disclosures and all these type of things. So yeah, that's all a new thing. And I'm wondering who is being protected by that, who would be the victim if they don't do it or stuff like that, right? But the SEC came up with that thing against Kraken, and then Kraken settled with them, right? So here's the thing, there's a settlement. This settlement does not have any, precedence for any future cases, right? And a key of that case was that the staking is as a service, right? So you give custody to Kraken, and then Kraken has the private keys of your crypto, and then they stake it. and then they keep a cut of the staking rewards for themselves, and the rest they credit to your Kraken account. So, and the SEC thinks, well, this is similar to lending, and we have what's called the counterparty risk, right? So there's a counterparty Kraken that, and we don't know what they do with your stuff, right? And Kraken was arguing, well, we're not a counterparty, we're just brokering that, right? We're just an intermediary. But probably in the end, they are. They are a counterparty because they have the private key, right? And I have to trust them with my private keys that they do it properly, right? So maybe the SEC has a point there, right? But one thing is clear, if you don't use these staking as a service offerings, right? And you use your own wallet and then you stake yourself, then you're completely out of any of these doubts whether the SEC might like it or not. Because if you are staking directly to the blockchain, there's no counterparty risk, right? There's no lending or anything. And in the case of Solana, it's definitely just, getting back your inflation that would otherwise happen to you if you don't stake your sol. So if you have any sol, do stake them, because otherwise you're losing out on 7, 8, 9% each and every year, compounded just for not staking it. So the way it works is you can go to a cool website and see it here. Uh, just a sec, I'll show it to you. So you just type how to stake, and that is HAU. So mind the spelling here, how.to/stake, right? So that's what you do. And then you come to this website where you can actually um, stake your sol, right? So that is cool. And it leads you to the Bitoku validator. Yeah, so that's it about staking. Let's hope all the regulation here in the US will stay sane. Um, right now, it seems like it's staying sane in a way, right? It's definitely getting more regulated, and there is regulation needed in some spaces. But obviously, we must not overdo it. And it seems like what I'm seeing right now, most probably it won't be overdone. And we will just, take the right path and make sure to stake directly. Use the how to stake link. It's also down in the description. That only works for Sol, and it will then directly staked to my validator. So you see the link in the description, 0% commission, right? So if you want to stake any Sol, do it with that link. Thanks for watching, and catch